Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys so much for tuning into our podcast. Welcome to week 4. Week 4, episode 4. Week 5, episode 4, week 5. We're off. You know how it is. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in again. I'm joined with Wheels, the college mastermind over here, and obviously someone who doesn't know NFL football. But anyways, we're just gonna jump
the
straight
Cardinals
into
upset.
this.
By the way, the Cardinals upset. That did not happen.
Shut up. Anyways, we're gonna move on, and we got a packed full episode. If you saw Mikey's notes, if you could see it, it's just a bunch of college, and I'm loving it.
Wrote a lot of cool MLA formatted
100%
5-page
APA
essay
format. My college English professor would be very proud of you, Mikey. You can turn that in today and probably get an A.
I failed last week because I was very, very tired and I was half asleep, so I had to make up for it.
He's putting double effort in for this episode.
I put some numbers in this one too. So.
Okay, I just want to let y'all know. He said, "Oh, this is gonna be a short one." After showing us his 5-page research paper. Okay, so I just want to let everyone know that
his college alone notes were longer than my prepared full episode notes, and I thought I did a pretty good job of my notes this week. But Dakota apparently has 5 words
I'm just
total.
Here. I'm just here. I if we're treating this like school, these are my notes, man. I'm gonna show up to the test just like whatever.
Dakota's the guy in the group project where he didn't put any work into the research, but he's like the presentation guy. Like he's up there.
There you
speaking.
go.
Yeah.
There you go. That's all I do.
Yeah.
I'm a speaker. What's up? How you doing?
I stage fright like a mother trucker. I hate it. I hate public speaking.
Well,
anyway,
at least you can get up on the stages. That's good. So.
Yeah, I can't most days now. I can't.
True.
No, a lot of stages aren't wheelchair accessible.
I'll help you.
Yeah, just throw me up there, honestly.
Yeah.
I'll just lay on the ground and So how about this airline food?
This airline food's crazy. The weather is crazy. All right.
So a quick thing before we get into the college.
Ooh.
I don't know how much NBA you guys watch. I'm not a big
Boston baby,
guy.
all the way Boston.
Oh,
I don't watch a lot, but Detroit Pistons because I love when team fails me.
Bless
you. You are I can't even say you're a Colts fan. They've been failing you recently, but you had Peyton Manning there for a little
we've
bit.
been failing for fucking 10 plus years now.
Yeah,
so
that's fair.
Thanks.
That's fair.
I see. I think as a Colts fan, I'm in denial all the time. I'm thinking because every year is our year. Every year is our freaking year. And that's what people say, right? And I jump on the bandwagon, and I'm like, you know what? The Colts this year, we added some great things. Oh man, we're gonna look great, and then we suck.
Anthony Richardson.
I'm just saying, this year's kind of different. Okay, we'll talk about the game, but we'll get on.
All right. Anyway, NBA. I don't.
Where are you?
I don't even know how to start.
Where are you? I'm at a press conference.
Jimmy Butler's haircut. It was Jimmy Butler, right? I feel like I said.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like I said it and immediately just got it wrong. But his
I don't know.
His haircut for his I guess NBA team photo or whatever.
Dude.
Bro came in it was 2011. I'm surprised he didn't have snake bites.
That was
anything.
That was my middle school little what's up, dude?
I had that floppy hair freshman year of high school.
Neck muscle strong because you're doing this all day. That's just you're just working.
I had that haircut multiple times throughout high school, and I hate stuff being in my face. I don't know how I survived. I hate
I'm telling you.
No.
I get mad when it starts to droop down too much now.
I started wearing a hat just to keep hair out of my face because I hated it, but I also wanted that long hair look. So I had a hat all the time. Yeah. But yeah, what is Jimmy Butler doing with that haircut? Let me. Oh.
Where are you?
I closed my my browser.
No, I don't know. My man is bringing back, just some he giving me XD RAR vibes right now, and
yeah, okay, it was Jimmy Butler. I don't know why, but I said Jimmy Butler, and I just felt wrong saying it. I was like, that's not Jimmy Butler, but it is.
Jimmy Butler would never.
Did y'all see his hair last year? He had really long ass dreads.
Yes.
Like they were kind of like clunky looking.
No, I did not see that.
Or wait, no. He had clunky looking dreads, but he also then had like a Whoopi Goldberg type dreads. For his photo, and they were like flowing in the wind. It was great. Jimmy Butler definitely adds some personality.
Everyone is talking about this dude's hair.
Where
are you? It's
all right. Anyway, speaking of sad and depressing, Mikey, bring us into college.
What the? Hang on. Pause. That is rude. Anyways.
No, see, it's sad and depressing because as a lifelong
Colorado
yeah,
fan.
like we lost again. Yeah.
Well,
they gave me hope.
That was to be expected. Anyways,
was it? Was it? Okay, I'm just saying. Okay, here we go. I am gonna start. I'm a show. Okay, since you want to throw that out, I'm gonna bounce off you. All right. This is coming from a guy who said, "Oh, they're gonna hang 56 on him. It's gonna be the easiest game in the world." Okay, I said it was gonna be a high scoring matchup. Did I say the winner was going to be I got that wrong, but I'm just saying they took it down to the wire.
You called it within a touchdown. It was good.
I'm just saying that game, if a few play calls go differently and they call a few different plays in those situations, I think we'd be talking about a very different game at this point. But you're right. USC did win.
If they won. If Colorado had won, do you think they move up a lot into like maybe the top 15 of the power rankings, or do you think they?
I don't think they move up that much. I think they move up
because they're not top 25 right now, right?
They're not ranked.
No. Yeah. I think they move up definitely 19, 18 because USC's a top 10, top 5. What were they ranked? 5?
No, they got pushed back. They were like 8, back. I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they won last week, but also got pushed back.
I don't
understand.
Who'd they play? Probably a crap team.
No, it was a close game. I think.
Let's see. Right now they are ranked.
I don't remember.
They're ranked 9th. Oregon is above them now. Oregon's 8th, which is fair because they mollywopped the same team.
100%.
Almost came back on USC.
Yeah. But no, that game was very interesting to watch. The first half, if I remember correctly, the first half was like a thrashing.
I saw all the hate comments that come with being Coach Prime in Colorado.
Oh yeah,
like Coach Prime should just hang it up. Like we're just playing for clicks again.
That's so stupid.
Like I don't understand the hate. Just the pure hate behind these people.
Exactly. Like, I don't get it. They played 2 top 10 opponents and won. Yes, I understand. Okay. Oregon, they got destroyed. USC, though, against a very good team, man, they hung in it, man. And that was a good showing. So, sorry, Mikey. I just want to bring in that,
Just one more thing, then Mikey can cook on his college portion. Was that game more telling about Colorado's offense or USC's defense? Are we saying that like USC's defense was just that bad that they let Colorado come back into that, or did Colorado just cook?
I don't know. I think I saw a little both. I think I saw a lot of missed tackles coming from USC. But I also saw a lot of good ball placement from Shedeur, and I think it was good. Now, I think they lose that game because, one, their defense is atrocious. Yes. But I also think the play calling was a little sus towards the end. If you watched it, there were some
clock management issues, right?
Oh yeah, like there was a few run plays that shouldn't have happened. They should have been a throw. The defensive line of USC was stuffing the run late.
I saw someone say, if Colorado got the ball last, we would have won. I think Coach Prime said that actually, and I was like, of course,
of course.
Whoever has the ball last usually kind of wins.
Oh, that onside kick was like zero fucking effort from the kicker. It's like it looked like he just went up and just went, okay, there you go, and straight to the guy. I'm like, dude, do something, bro. Like,
get him out of here. Get him out of here. Bench him.
Do a little.
Take his scholarship away.
Spin the ball, freaking. I don't know, but it went right to the guy, and I'm like, dude, come on, you got to do something. The game is on the line against a top 10 opponent.
Show some effort, man.
You gotta show me something. So,
Mikey, all right, bring us into the actual college.
The rest of the college stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna let you cook right now. We'll chime in with some funny things every now and then.
Three fingers. Four fingers
I'll chime in with a couple other things from that game that I was surprised by.
Yeah.
And Colorado has a freshman by the name of Amarion Miller.
Yeah, don't get his name wrong. Shador will correct you.
Was that number 14?
He had 196 yards in TD.
He's good.
And that's his first game playing, from what I understand. According to the stat sheet, that's his career. So thus far.
That's a good place to start.
That's big.
Anyways, so I'm gonna kind of look over kind of what the picks that I had last week and whatever. So Syracuse, I'll start with Syracuse and Clemson. I said it was going to be a close game. It was not as close as I thought it was going to be, which is kind of surprising. The defense played really, really well. They had 5 sacks, 3 forced fumbles in that game. Cade finally looked like he was a little more comfortable, stepping up in the pocket and releasing the ball and getting some good throws out. He had 2 touchdowns. We got a freshman in Tyler Brown that continues to show up and continues to get better, which makes me happy to see. And then we also have Troy Stiletto. His last name is literally Stiletto, and he is starting to make plays as well. So I'm starting to gain a little confidence with them, but not enough to compete with anybody big at any moment in time. Next thing, Kentucky and Florida. I picked Kentucky to beat Florida, and they did that with no issue. Kentucky's running back Ray Davis had 4 touchdowns altogether. He had 3 rushing, 1 receiving, and 280 yards on the ground. Florida is atrocious. Always has been. Anyways.
Hey, don't do my boy's alma mater like that. Anthony Richardson came from there, okay?
Anthony Richardson!
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy. Sorry.
That's okay. He was ready to leave anyways.
They weren't good. That was the best thing.
He was ready to graduate.
He was like, get me out of here, dude.
Texas and Kansas. That was a top 25 matchup. Texas, for me right now, is that team. They are them. Both sides of the ball. They had 606 total yards of offense against Kansas. 606 total yards of offense to Kansas's 260. Jonathan Brooks is their running back. He had 218 yards and 2 touchdowns. And Quinn Ewers had 3 touchdowns and 325 yards in the air. They are cooking, and their defense looked just as good. Now they have a big test this weekend coming, but I'll get into that here in just a second. We already talked about USC, Colorado, so I can skip that. Notre Dame and Duke, I got that wrong. I thought Duke would come out on top. I didn't expect it to be so low scoring. I thought it would be kind of a higher score than what it was. But I think what stood out to me the most is, you all know I'm a huge advocate for Sam Hartman. And Sam Hartman literally waited for Leonard to come out of the medical tent after everybody had left, just to give him a hug and praise him for being a good, being who he was. And I think that just speaks volume to both players and just both of their impacts on not each other, but everybody around them and just the sport in general. And I think it gets disguised a lot because we forget, but there's a lot of heart and there's a lot of passion that gets played into this, and it's cool to see stuff like that. Ole Miss and LSU, I got that wrong, and
that was a blowout, like not a blowout.
I did not
a gunfight, right?
I did not expect Ole Miss to do. I can't figure LSU out. I mean, that's just it.
Their defenses failed for that game.
Dude,
they were just
Daniels, LSU's quarterback, had 414 yards and 4 TDs and 1 rushing, so had 5 TDs altogether. And then Dart, which is Ole Miss's quarterback, also had 4 TDs in the air and 1 rushing, which put them. So both quarterbacks have 5 TDs by themselves. And then both running backs for each team, both running backs for each team had over 100 yards, and they had 2 receivers for each team have over 100 receiving yards. So Ole Miss had 706 total yards.
I'm looking at the college rankings just because I have them up when we talk about college. I can kind of know. Why is LSU 3-2 and still top 25?
I was about to say that. I was like, dude, SEC bias much? Okay, and I was looking at who they played. All right, they really they lost their first game against Florida State. Grambling, however you pronounce it, destroyed them. Okay, LSU, Mississippi State, whatever, right?
I don't think they've played anyone to be
barely won against Arkansas. Barely. And then finally losing this close one against Mississippi, which is a top 20 opponent. However, I'm just saying Colorado 3-2 as well have faced a little tougher opponents.
I'm not saying I know more ball than the college football committee, but I feel like that's a little sus.
A little SEC bias. What do you think, Mikey?
I don't pay attention to the rankings this early because there's a bunch of old guys that have no clue what they're doing.
There we go. That answers.
Sounds like America.
Last one. So Ole Miss had 706 total yards of offense, which is ridiculous to me, and LSU had 637, which is just crazy.
Golly.
That was a fun game to watch because it was just back and forth. It never slowed down, which was awesome to see.
But defensive coordinators are fucked though.
Well, there you go. South Carolina, Tennessee, I also got that bold pick wrong. Tennessee went in there and looked like something they hadn't looked like all season. South Carolina essentially got their trenches trimmed because their offensive line looked like crap. They let up 6 sacks. And
speaking of that game, did you all see where Spencer Rattler said that game was Tennessee's Super Bowl?
Super Bowl, yeah. What credit? Yeah.
And then Tennessee came back with on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. Guys, we won the Super Bowl. We're going to Disneyland, and then posted pictures of the game. It was like you can't lose and then say, "Oh yeah, that's our Super Bowl."
Yeah, especially when your QBR rating was a 33.6. Sit down, brother. Don't even speak.
Hell yeah, brother.
And Tennessee's quarterback was 45. At a 45 QBR rating, and offense was not a thing really. It was terrible. I do pray for Brew McCoy though, which is Tennessee's receiver that messed his ankle up. I don't know if y'all saw that, but it was pretty gruesome. It was awful. Anyways,
injuries, man, taking people out this year.
I swear, man.
He's a senior too, and that's not even through your second half of the season. You're not even through the half of the season yet. You're already out for good, which sucks for your senior year, but it's kind of how it falls.
Maybe COVID will make a resurgence. He'll get another COVID year. Who knows?
I bet. All right.
Hey, I'm just saying. A few teachers at my school has already gotten COVID, so
I got one. I got one of mine that's out with COVID.
Thankfully, I never got it. I'm still on the short list of people who never got it.
Yeah.
All right. So games to watch. Here you go. Red River rivalry. Oklahoma and Texas play this weekend at noon in Dallas. That is going to be, for me, that's the game to watch. You've got, you're about to find out who Texas is. This is 2 high-scoring, 2 powerhouse offenses, led by a guy by the name of Dylan Gabriel. This is, I don't know, I think he's been there 2 years now. But he's got 1,500 yards and 15 TDs on the season. And they're also averaging 510 yards of offense a game. And Texas is almost averaging 500 yards a game too. So it's going to be. It's always fun to watch. It's always close. It's always competitive just because of the rivalry. But that's definitely one to watch. Alabama goes to Texas A&M, and they're playing in College Station. Fun fact, trivia for you. This is the trivia that I'm going to throw in here.
Trivia.
What two Texas A&M quarterbacks? What are the two Texas A&M quarterbacks that have beaten Alabama?
Johnny Manziel.
That's one.
That's the only one I know.
Is it before or after Johnny? The other.
So Johnny was the only Texas A&M quarterback to beat Alabama at home.
Yeah.
Beat Alabama at Bama, and that was in 2012. The other guy did it in 2021.
Who played? Was it Jalen? No, he played for Bama. No, he played for Oklahoma.
He played for Bama and Oklahoma.
Yeah. Give me a hint. Is he currently NFL starter?
No.
Oh.
You lost me there. If they're not starting the
NFL, I have no idea. What's his name, Mike?
Mike White from the Jets. I don't know. Oh, sorry, from the Dolphins now. I think he plays for the Dolphins.
His last name was Calzada.
No idea.
Man, that man's probably still talking about the day he beat Alabama at his insurance job.
Anyway, that's just a little fun fact.
It's weird that Manziel was like 10 plus years ago at this point. Like,
yeah, that's crazy.
You said 2012 for Manziel, and I was like, oh my god.
That's old. Shoot, we're old.
That felt like 5 years ago, bro.
I know. Johnny Manziel got drafted, what, 2020?
No. Maybe in my mind, I feel like I mix up Baker and Manziel a little bit sometimes when I think about them. Because they feel similar.
They have a lot of similarity. Especially their playing style, like how they play, their little swagger they got.
Yeah.
So, anyway, so I think, and when Manziel played Alabama was a 2-touchdown favorite. When old Cal, when he played Alabama, they were also a 2-touchdown favorite. Now, Alabama is only a 2.5-point favorite in this game. And I'm going with the numbers because Texas A&M has the 12th man. That's what they're known for. And I think Bama loses a second time.
Hey, you can't have 12 men on the field. That's
illegal.
You don't need. You can't do that.
I don't know what college rules are.
You don't need 12 men.
I know it's a little different. All right, but in the old NFL,
I saw an explanation of CFL rules the other day.
I have no idea what's going on up there.
Like the defenders have to play like a yard away. There's 12 men on the field.
Yeah, the freaking end zone is past the dang field. I don't know what's going on, bro. It's a free for all up there.
They're playing in like the NFL 40s, like
1940s. I'm surprised they're not wearing freaking leather caps, and just freaking running around. All right, that's ridiculous. Whatever that is up there, that's not football.
Yeah, like I'm usually a fan of Canada, but not on this instance.
I can go to Canada now. Don't have a passport, but I can go because of my license. So
really,
yeah, it's like
hell yeah.
So might go visit Canada just because.
You're just gonna make fun of their football teams.
Exactly. I'll go up there, wear like a Colts jersey. This football sucks. This football sucks.
Yo, when's that Tom Brady guy gonna get here?
Dude.
Could you imagine how cooked defenses would be if NFL defenders had to give a yard of safety to Tom Brady?
Oh my gosh.
Man would cook everyone.
They're putting in those patty cake. Oh, I mean, NFL's kind of getting to that patty cake rules too. Okay, I saw a beautiful hit Forgot who it was. I think it was like Tampa Bay and somebody else.
I saw.
Dude, beautiful tackle, foreign tackling. I'm talking about the textbook of tackling. You open it up, it's going to be that picture. He gets fined for it. Bro.
Oh, you're talking about the play where he, like, there was no flag, but he got fined for it still?
Yeah, I think so.
We're talking about tackling, and the play that came to mind, I was going to bring it up later when we talked about the game, but did y'all watch the Jets-Chiefs game?
I caught, like bits and pieces. But
so it's fourth quarter, I'm pretty sure. Mahomes has the ball. He's outside of the pocket like usual. And a Jets defender comes running at him at like 100 miles per hour and just runs by him. He literally just runs by him. He could have took Mahomes' head off. He could have tackled the shit out of Mahomes. And he just ran right by him.
No,
like
Mahomes
didn't even look like he flinched. Like, it's like he knew that, like, that wasn't in the script.
It wasn't in the script, man.
I need y'all to look up that play if you can, either now or after. It's terrible.
Well, I'll look it up closer. Mikey, what we got for college? Sorry, I know we started talking about
I'm
CFL.
Sorry. We took over your portion.
We started talking about CFL and the NFL.
Anything but college.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, sorry, I was...
he's going down the rabbit hole of college football. He's like,
database.
Yes.
Anyway, so Alabama loses again.
Yeah, fuck Alabama.
Let's see.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
I mean, Texas A&M has 450 yards of total offense, and Alabama's 360. And defensively, it's like a 50-yard difference as well.
Bro, are we seeing the demise of Nick Saban?
I don't know if we're seeing the demise of Nick Saban. I think the problem is they're seeing a demise in a QB position right now. People are arguing back and forth whether that guy that they have is a QB. I will argue to say that he is not, and I think the biggest issue that Alabama is running into is they didn't name that guy the starter until 2 days before their first game. That doesn't tell me that you had two quarterbacks you couldn't choose from. That tells me that you don't have one, and you're trying to play mind games with your opponent because you didn't want to just name one. So to keep your opponent on your toes, you act like you have two, and then you name them two days before the first game.
I wouldn't say this is the fall of Bama. I think it's more schools are looking more appealing.
Oh, okay.
Because Georgia's won it the past 2 years. Michigan's always up there.
They're not this year. They look like freaking
they're not this year, but like you gotta
that's
think,
another
like,
team that doesn't have a quarterback.
You gotta think, like, these college kids. Do you want to go to a potential Georgia who could go for a three-peat, or Bama who hasn't done anything in a couple of years? And then you got like upstarts like Colorado and like USC with Caleb Williams.
That's true.
Like
I have seen
these other teams are.
I have seen COVID. Like, people started to be like, "Oh, well, now people have COVID years, right? And they're staying on these rosters longer, right? It takes away from other players that could come in, and so now they're starting to trickle to other schools that would be a starter at Bama, but is now decided to go to Texas A&M or Auburn or something like some other school. And so now there might be getting the remnants of some very, very good talent that is helping kind of even the playing field. So, big up COVID, even out the playing field. Good job, COVID. Everyone, round of applause for COVID.
A lot of people died.
Actually, like 0.1%. Yes, a lot of people, like, the grand scheme of things, not a lot of people died, but yes, people died. So,
all right. Anyway, what other games you got, Mike?
Just saying.
So Alabama loses. Kentucky, Georgia play this weekend. Kentucky's coming off a win with Florida. It's definitely going to be a battle in the trenches. Kentucky has a killer running game, which I've already like. Kentucky is RBU. Like, that's what they are. They've always had running backs. I think they always will have running backs. I want to go Wildcats, but I haven't seen enough from the passing game just yet. And I feel like if Georgia can stack the box and eliminate the running game, I feel like Kentucky's going to struggle trying to find some passing consistency. So, but also Georgia just looks, I don't even know what they got. They're like Alabama right now. They're all over the place. They've got a quarterback, in my opinion, who's inconsistent. If they didn't have Bowers, if Georgia did not have Bowers playing for them, Georgia would not have won at least 2 of their games. So that dude's just a big body and literally can do whatever he wants to do. Another game coming up is Maryland is playing Ohio State, which Maryland is undefeated, if people didn't know. But Maryland always plays Ohio State tough, and I've seen some inconsistency with Ohio State this far, especially with their quarterback as well. I don't know what's up with the quarterbacks for the 4 powerhouses that are always at least in the top 5. But it's going to be interesting. Tua's brother plays for Maryland. He's played there for the last 3 years, and he has gotten better and better and better over time. He's already thrown for 1,400 yards and 13 touchdowns on the season. He is that offense. They corral and gather around him, and he is the focal point of that. So if he comes in with good spirits and a lot of positivity and energy, I think it could be a really close game, and I wouldn't be surprised if Ohio State lets that one slip. And then Syracuse goes to North Carolina. North Carolina is ranked in the top 15. They're undefeated. North Carolina, I'm pretty confident will lose Saturday. And I say that with ease just because North Carolina's defense looks like garbage. Like, it's not even good. Drake May, who I thought he was on my starting the year, was on my Heisman watch list, but that guy's got 5 touchdowns and 4 interceptions on the season. Like, he does not look good. It's very inconsistent for him. Not all his interceptions obviously was his fault, but it just doesn't look like the same quarterback from a year ago. It doesn't help that their best receiver is not playing because of NCAA violation issues or whatever the crap they got going on with that. But yeah, so and then you've got I'm interested to see how LSU will respond going to Missouri. Missouri is also ranked and they're undefeated. So there, I'm jinxing him, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. Mizzou's quarterback has not thrown an interception yet on the season.
Oh, he's throwing 4.
You're ruining this man's career, Mikey.
At least 3. I'm here to ruin
careers. He's going to get benched this week.
Because I can't play it. So, Notre Dame and Louisville. Louisville is, they can ball, but their defense sucks. They play Notre Dame.
I love it, but are you going to list like every college game?
No, those are the games to watch for me that I think those are all ranked matchups. I mean, they're all ranked.
I'm just fucking with you. So, I enjoy it.
The only ones that are not, all of them's ranked, except Maryland's not ranked.
I will be looking out for these games now. I will definitely be looking out for these
Louisville's
games.
not. Louisville and Maryland are the only ones that are not ranked on that list. But they're playing ranked teams who I think they could beat, so that's why I put them in there. Heisman watch.
You got a real vengeance against Notre Dame. 2nd week in a row, you're like, yeah, they're gonna lose.
They just, I don't know, man. I love Sam Hartman. Sam Hartman's probably one of my favorite quarterbacks in the league, but it's just this year for college football, this early on, has been so inconsistent that the college football playoff is not. There's no clarity in it. Like, normally you can be like, oh, yeah, I definitely know this team's going. But you're not guaranteed Alabama to get in. Clemson's out of it already. Duke is probably out of it.
I mean, did we expect Duke to be in it this year?
That's true.
Famously a basketball team, a basketball school, not a football school.
But I respect what they've done. And I respect that they have the talent. They have the potential to be great. And they've had the potential to be great for at least 2 years now. So, and I think it's just building from there. But now Leonard Riley is hurt. Their quarterback's hurt. And that's a big part of that. And a lot of people overlook Duke because of the whole comparison to basketball to football, but what they've done in the off season for the past 2 years with the football program has been nothing less of impressive. And they're not grabbing big names, but what they're doing is grabbing consistency. You can grab all the big names you can grab all the big names you want to, but unfortunately, it's not an independent sport. So, basketball, you can kind of get away with it a little bit because there's only 5 guys playing at one time versus 11. There's a lot more components into it than just, pass it to him. He'll figure it out. Yeah.
I would argue 33 because basketball, you're playing both sides of the ball when you're on the court, but for football, you have 11 on offense, 11 on defense, and special teams. So,
well, I get that, but I'm saying there's a lot more components.
Yeah, you can't. One person's not gonna win you the game.
And you have multiple coaches coaching multiple different positions and different aspects of the game. I mean,
for sure.
And truth be told, most of your college or professional basketball or athletes, typically if they have raw talent, they're not going to listen to what the coach has to tell them anyway. So,
is this the start of a We Love Basketball podcast? It's the second time we started talking about basketball.
I'm a big
Jimmy Butler, guy. Duke.
Might rename We Love Sports.
No, we're just have a spin-off podcast.
Have a spin-off. Just release 15
I can literally talk about literally anything.
We love crickets.
Golf, please.
No, we're not.
Golf.
We're not stupid.
I love
Cup
golf.
Happened this past weekend.
Can we have like We Love ESPN Ocho and just have like talk about all the weird sports they have on there?
Cornhole this week. Sam.
I'm a big cornhole guy. I love cornhole. Before my accident, ALS. I was a really good cornhole player.
Before the war. Oh man.
All right. Got anything else to add to the college portion, Mikey?
No. My Heisman watch list is about the same. I did put Shadur back on there just because of his 5-touchdown game, but I still got Caleb Williams ahead of it. So
yeah, put some respect on his name.
Because Caleb Williams had 6 touchdowns. At the same game that Shadur had 5, Caleb Williams had 6. So.
She was gone so fast. I wanted to say hi to Emma. Just one quick thing before we move on. Do we think Georgia is appropriately ranked at 1, or do we think they are getting the bias from the past 2 years?
SEC bias.
SEC bias. Okay.
SEC bias.
That's fair. I've seen a lot of rumblings on Facebook and other places.
I'd say 4.
4.
Who would you put 1 right now?
Texas.
Texas.
They're the most consistent on both sides of the ball.
That's right. I don't have the mustache.
Mine does that naturally, man.
You're just blessed. Well, I mean,
not really. I'll trade you my mustache if you'll take my ALS, man.
All right, you got it.
Georgia just they look bad. They just look bad.
That's a fine mustache right there.
South Carolina.
Right, so Georgia's cheeks, Texas is up.
Georgia's cheeks.
I feel like we talked about it last week. When does the 12-game playoffs start?
Next year.
Next year.
Okay.
2024.
They should have started that like ASAP. I feel like this year this
year is wild.
Yeah, there's a lot of teams that you really don't see usually in the top like 15.
Yeah.
Or the teams that you usually do see, they're not where they usually are, like Alabama at 11. It's weird.
I know.
Speaking of weird things,
I love to see it.
Weird things.
Weird things.
The NFL.
Wait, hold on. Before we move off of college, I'm sorry.
I had a perfect transition. Come on.
I know you did, but I just want to mention this for the lower levels of college football, because it was kind of funny. But does everyone know North Dakota State football? Okay, North Dakota State football.
You can't convince me North Dakota's a real place.
It is. It's right here.
The freaking
but the Bison.
That would be actually
the Bison.
That'd be top Dakota, not North Dakota.
North Dakota. This would be top. No, I'm just kidding. They actually lost at home versus South Dakota Coyotes, not South Dakota State, the Jackrabbits or whatever they're called. But they actually lost, and it was very funny because South Dakota is basically kind of like a nobody team. And
yeah, you can't convince me South Dakota's real either.
Exactly, true. And so they beat North Dakota State 24-19 or something like that. And so I just want to mention that for my lower level. We talk about the big leagues all the time,
Was
Give
there
a shout out.
I appreciate the lower level.
I just want to mention it because
was there any reasoning? Are you affiliated with that team at all, or
I just like seeing it. I just like seeing upsets like that,
Oh,
I appreciate the
so it was an
underdog.
upset. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think you made
literally
that
what I just Cody.
You did not.
I
say
literally
upset.
just said South Dakota is like a nobody team.
Well, yeah. So is North Dakota State.
No, North Dakota State has been known to beat FBS opponents. Okay, and keep it close with FBS teams.
Who'd they ever beat?
I don't know, but all I know is that's that team. So
if you're from that area of the country and you have Dakota in your name, I don't care about you.
Oh my gosh!
Just not because I don't like you guys.
I was born in North Dakota.
Were you really?
No, I wasn't.
Okay, that's what I thought. It's just there's nothing happening up there. It's just nothing.
That's a nice wall.
It's a nice wall. Anyway, speaking of nice walls, NFL stadiums have nice walls.
Before I go, just keep bringing up random college teams.
Bro, that's what we do here. We just
did you know in D3,
our tagline is hot takes and big mistakes, but our tagline could also easily be. But did you guys hear?
Bro, new merch idea. But did you guys hear?
All right. Let's dive into the NFL. Mikey looks a little distracted. I'm gonna do what I did last week, and I'm just gonna rattle off the scores.
I'm gonna make stupid comments to them.
That's fine. Make all the comments you want, Poppy. All right. First up, we had the Lions over the Packers in a 34-20 game.
Yep.
Jags 23-7 over the Falcons in England.
Jet lag.
Yeah, honestly. Rams over the Colts, sadly, 29-23.
We were robbed.
Yeah. That could have been a overtime draw for the AFC South, but Rams ruined it.
I know. We couldn't bring it home.
Ravens beat the Browns 28-3 without Deshaun Watson.
Which,
Vikings over
20 years ago, not a surprise. To this year, I feel like it's kind of a surprise. I feel like the Browns are looking pretty dangerous, and 28-3 scoreline is kind of like a wild scoreline to me.
Well, yeah. Think they don't have Nick Chubb, and Deshaun didn't play because he didn't feel ready. He was medically cleared according to Stefanski. But he didn't feel.
Good for him for sitting out.
Yeah, people were shitting on him in the comments.
Good for him.
But I think as a player, it's important to know when you can go.
Yeah.
Because
especially
you don't
week 4.
Yeah,
early.
Hats off to Joe Burrow for trying to play through an injury, but we'll get into that later. Anyway,
yeah.
Vikings versus Panthers. Vikings win 21-13.
Big up Perko.
Titans over the Bengals 27-3.
Wild.
Bucks over Saints 26-9. Bills over Dolphins 48-20. Broncos over the Bears 31-28.
Finally got him one.
What?
Finally got him one.
Eagles over Commanders 34-31. Texans over Steelers 30-6. Chargers over Raiders 24-17. Niners over Cards 35-16. Cowboys over Patriots 38-3. Chiefs over Jets, 23-20. And then Seahawks over Giants, 24-3.
Well,
so that is our slate for Week 4. Some good games in there.
Yeah. Big really surprises.
There were a few surprises. I was going through.
I feel, man, this season compared to I feel like you can't really base anything off of last season because it's so crazy. It's just a crazy freaking season. Because you have teams like the Texans, for example, beating the Steelers. So beating the Steelers by 24 points.
The Steelers aren't a good team anymore. We can't. We're not going off the assumption that they're a good team. It's just that the Texans are the Texans.
Yes,
and the Steelers are the Steelers. And what was that? That's a 3-4 score game that they.
Yeah, 4-score game.
No, I think
24.
It'd be 3. Go for 8. Go for 2 points all 3 times. Yeah. It's wild. It's
realistically 4 point because no one's getting 3 2-pointers in a row, or 2-point conversions in a row.
That's it's possible. It's unlikely.
It's possible, but I think they would count it as a 4.
Improbable, not impossible.
True. There you go.
So this comes to the portion of the episode where we talk about the biggest shocks of the week. I had 3 games that kind of blew me away for different reasons. Did y'all? I'll let y'all go first. I'll say ladies first. Dakota, Mikey, did you guys have? What did you guys have for your shocks of the week?
I think Bills Dolphins was a shock for me. Definitely did not expect the Dolphins to. I think everyone after last week, everybody in the football world was like, dude, the Dolphins are them. They're gonna. It doesn't matter who they play, they're gonna beat them. And I
have in my notes that the Bills winning wasn't a shock because I think we all kind of expected for it to be a shootout. But I don't think we expected the Dolphins to underperform, so to say, compared to the Bills. I think that's what makes it shocking because you go and hang 70 on a team. I don't care if it's the Broncos or anyone. You're hanging 70 on an NFL full professional team.
Motherfuckers get paid to do this.
Yeah,
this is their life.
You expect them to be able to have some form of success, and in that first half, they were both going back and forth. Bills, I think Bills scored, the Dolphins scored, the Bills scored. It was just back and forth for the first 6 drives, and then whatever happened, the Bills just stepped on the Dolphins' neck and just.
Well, I mean, at halftime, it was not a good game. So, I mean, it was just a terrible game overall from the Dolphins. To be honest, they scored.
I don't know if it's the Dolphins or were.
Yeah, they scored twice in the first half. So, scoring twice in the first half, man, that was tough. But I will say, I did see a stat line. I saw somewhere the Dolphins haven't won at Buffalo in 8 years. So
I think Josh Allen is 5-1 against the Dolphins.
And that one's in Miami.
Yeah, so, in the past couple years.
It's just wild. They can only win at home.
Yeah.
Versus the Bills. So
what did you think about that Dolphins game, Mikey?
I mean, Josh Allen had 5 TDs, which was nice to see. 4 in the air, 1 on the ground.
Diggs did have a rushing touchdown. That's right.
Diggs got the party with 2 Miller High Lifes because he can, because he's took Tyree's place in that game.
Stone Cold celebration with the beers in the end zone.
I mean, the Bills had a total yardage of 414 yards, and the Dolphins still had 390 something, and that's just crazy to see the score difference with the yardage not far from each other like that. But it's just kind of how it fell. I guess Monmouth team was able to finish.
Finishing.
Finishing. So
that's like me and y'all seen this new CS2 video game that drops? Okay, so if you are not familiar with it, normally in most shooters, right, it's the most kills that are on top, right? But this one, they decided to make damage the ordering of the leaderboard stuff, and so it's kind of like me, dude. I can have 1,800 damage and 5 kills, dude. Not finishing my dinner, man. That's how it is. So, not finishing your dinner.
Can't leave the table until you finish your dinner, Dakota. Come on.
Exactly.
So another game I had on my list. I also had the Bills Dolphins because it's just
it was shocking
for the manner of how the game was played. Another game, Titans versus Bengals.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good one. It was like 27-3. Bengals held to 3 points. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the Bengals organization. I don't know if they think they just can't win without Joe Burrow. But I think they're making a serious mistake. Yeah, well, like, he's not healthy. They're making a serious mistake by playing this man on.
He's about to pull in Andrew Luck and fucking retire tomorrow because he's like, dude, I can't fucking do this.
Well, so I don't think it's all the coaching staff. I think Joe Burrow's that type of competitor where if he's not dead, he's playing the game.
But at some point, you got to step in as a coaching staff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Bro, no, you're not playing. I'm paying you freaking millions of dollars to win games, but you can't right now.
I think Jamar Chase did an interview like last week or the week before where he said he didn't want Joe to play the first week at least because he wanted him to get healthy. And like he's out there playing, but he's not playing it at 100%, and I think he's doing a disservice to his team by not being healthy. Yeah. I think they would be in the same position now. Maybe a game back, maybe a game ahead. Who knows? If they had started their backup, let Joe get healthy for after the first few weeks, but they didn't do that, and now they're 1-3, which isn't impossible to come back into the playoffs for. Because I think they started off with a similar record last year, but it's not going to go their way every time. The AFC is a powerhouse conference. Mm-hmm. Like you're not in the NFC where there's like 3 teams, and then the wild card spots are open. So, I don't know. I just think they are not doing, as an organization, as players, what they should be doing to take care of their highest paid player of all time now.
Yeah, and we could speculate what's going on behind the scenes, but at some point you got to step up as a head coach or a GM and be like, I don't care what you want. I'll be honest with you. This is a team decision of sitting you until you are fully 100%.
The best ability is availability.
There it is.
That's why so many of these quarterbacks who stayed healthy for so long are so good. And Burrow's he went down with an ACL, Achilles tear, something like that. A season-ending injury in his first year. So he's already gotten one major injury under his belt. So if they don't let his calf fully heal, he could be looking for another one. Like, and you just paid this man. Like, you can't let him put his body on the line like that.
Yeah.
Especially with the shitty O-line they have. They're not protecting him in game either. So.
Oh man.
I don't know, man. Mikey, what other games you got? What other games shocked you for this week?
Side note for that conversation. They could sit Burrow and take Derrick Henry as a quarterback.
Derrick Henry?
Yeah.
The Titans running back?
He threw for a touchdown that game.
You mean Joe Mixon?
No. Derrick Henry threw a touchdown pass last week.
So they're trading for Derrick Henry?
Yeah, I said I was a joke. Anyway.
Okay. I just went over my head.
You said it with such conviction. I was like,
I know the way he said it. The way he said it, and like after you said it, he just looked at it. I was like, this man's serious.
I pointed it out, and he like still stone cold looked at me in the eyes and was like,
he's like, yeah. Derrick freaking Henry.
Okay.
Well, so the reason I was so confused because I thought he meant Joe Mixon because Joe Mixon is the emergency quarterback for the Bengals.
Yeah, but Joe Mixon's not tossing QBs, homie.
Tossing QBs?
Tossing QBs. I thought I heard that right.
Derrick Henry is the type of man to just be tossing people.
He does toss QBs.
He dribbles people.
We just talk and
all right, talk. Anyway. What other game did you have on your shocking list? We're all looking like fools here.
So
we're just having fun.
The most fun.
I have like 7, so I mean.
He comes so over-prepared.
Pick one.
So I would like to talk. I would like to talk about the Chiefs-Jets game last, if possible.
49ers.
Cards 49ers.
Yes.
Surprising.
What surprised me the most is that at the end of the third quarter, it was 16-21.
That's fair.
Big.
And the fact that the 49ers defense let up 362 yards of total.
I'm just saying. I called at halftime. It was going to be 21-0. It was actually 21-10. So the Cardinals actually outperformed my halftime prediction. So I'm just saying, big up Cardinals. Good job, guys. So technically, if we ended at the half, we would have been good.
Our upset alert with our big bets portion is nothing but a vote of confidence, a motivation booster for these teams because they obviously look at our podcast every week.
100%. I was about to say we're just hoping one of the players looks and they're just like, you know what? Thank you, Wheels for the confidence, and then they just go out and have a game of a lifetime.
Did y'all see? Never mind. I was about to see the Giants. The one of the 49ers player made a tweet about the Giants, and they're like, why'd y'all let the Seahawks get 11 sacks on you guys?
I saw that.
Why'd y'all let them have a career day? Did we not deserve it?
Yeah, I saw that.
Like,
that was funny.
How are you gonna beat them twice in a week and you only played them 1 week? Savage. But no, the Cardinals. I think they're a feisty team.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if they get better with Kyler Murray. I would hope so. But Josh Dobbs is playing like a man with nothing to lose because he is.
He's just balling out because he knows it's not his job. Like it's not his job anyways. He's not fighting for a job.
He's probably not going to be a backup anywhere, let alone a starter. So he's just out there balling and I respect it.
He's having fun because he knows as soon as Kyler Murray comes back, he's out of a job. And so he's playing football while he can, having fun. And honestly, that might be the secret. That might be the secret, man, is he's just so loose. It's like there's no pressure on him, and he's just slinging it, man. So
there's two top 5 defenses he came out and just was doing good against.
Yeah.
Beat the Cowboys. Almost. He kept it close with the Niners.
For the most part,
Yeah, so it's just
big guy. Hey man, who knows? I think less pressure.
Kyler apparently, according to the reports, is still not even close. He hasn't even practiced yet. Ooh. So they're at least a couple of weeks away from getting Kyler back. So who knows? Maybe Josh Dobbs can play himself into at least a backup position somewhere.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope. What else did I have? Oh, I had the Eagles Commanders.
Okay.
That was a very tight game.
Way too close for comfort.
Oh yeah, against the Commanders.
Christian was telling me, he went on a tangent about how sweet it would be if the Eagles go undefeated this year and win the Super Bowl, that they would make a statue for Terry McLaurin and the defender that stopped him from catching that last pass in bounds because Terry stepped on his arm instead of in bounds. I was like, Christian, they're not making a statue. They're not making a statue, man.
If they go undefeated and win the Super Bowl, they're building a statue to Jason Kelce, 100%.
So I don't think they should build any statues. The last time they built a statue, they promptly got rid of both the coach and the quarterback that was in those statues. So
no more statues.
No more statues, man.
Yeah, they built a Jason Kelce statue, and he's retiring this year. So
I would appreciate it.
No, that man needs a statue. He deserves one.
I'm glad even though it was over the Patriots, I'm glad that he got a ring. He deserves it.
He's a good offensive lineman.
He's a good guy. Just a good guy all around.
Just a good guy. Good guy. I still have to finish watching his documentary on I think it's Prime.
I just saw a different documentary, I think, about, I don't know if it was about Travis Kelce, but it was Travis talking about how he got cut from the Cincinnati, and Jason had to basically beg for
that might have been on the show.
Maybe.
I haven't seen it. They've talked about, dude, that show is so good. That show is so good. Such a good show.
They're making some pretty good documentaries lately. Quarterbacks, that.
Oh, dude, QB. I can't wait to see that, for this year. I wonder, I don't know who's on it.
They just got someone, I think Matt Stafford, maybe?
Ooh.
They've signed one quarterback to it.
Matt Stafford, the quarterback that can't relate to his young wide receivers, but his one young wide receiver is going off. So apparently he does relate to the freaking...
We'll get to Puka later, because I've got a lot of Puka in my notes.
Well, I think it was Puka that scored the winning touchdown.
Yeah.
Literally right up the middle, right up the seam, and Puka just caught and just ran it in. And I'm like, dude, fuck
Puka's
this guy.
Him.
Okay? Screw this guy. I was going to pick him up on fantasy too, but then I got beat off waiver wire.
I picked him up in both leagues. Both leagues, baby.
It's ridiculous.
Anyway, Mikey, do you want to list out the other 6 games that you had? Because that's...
you've already
this man's comes prepared.
You've already said, Dolphins, Bills. We already talked about Bengals, Titans. We already talked about Eagles and Commanders.
He's up to 4 because we talked about Cards, Niners also.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry on his line.
Colts and the Rams. I have the Colts and the Rams just because
that was a good game.
That was a great game, man. But Anthony Richardson
I'm sad for you that the Colts didn't win, but I think it's a good.
It's a good showing. I think.
Yeah.
I think we
because Rams went up a decent bit, right? And they had to come back a little bit.
It was 23-0.
Yeah. Big ups for Anthony Richardson being able to dig himself out of that hole like that.
Oh yeah, it was 23-0 into the third quarter, too.
Yeah.
So it wasn't even at halftime. It was 20-0, and then they kicked the field goal, and then we kicked the field goal. So it's 23-3. Then I think they had another touchdown, but no, it was crazy. So
I think you guys,
the Colts.
I think you guys might have found him. Gotta keep him healthy. Can't have an Andrew Luck 2.0.
We do. But what sucks is, who also might be him, is CJ Stroud in our division. So
that division's quickly turning into a really good division.
It is 2-2. It's a 4-way tie right now through week 4.
Is it really?
Everybody's 2-2.
Hell yeah, brother. We're just all having fun. We're just all playing football.
Playing some good football, baby.
That's all it is.
What was that last game you had on your list, Mikey?
The Bears and Broncos.
Bears and Broncos. What? I feel like we probably do need to talk about that one
Buddy, it's literally a you almost had it moment with the dollar.
The fisherman. Gotta be quicker than that.
Gotta be quicker than that.
28. It's 28-7 with 4 minutes left in the third, and you lose 28-31.
Mr. Unlimited, Broncos country, let's ride.
Let's ride, Broncos country. Let's ride.
Hey, Buddy did have three. Buddy did have well, I don't want to say three.
I'm surprised Eberflus still has a job, honestly, after that coaching game. Like, he's definitely losing his job this year.
Dude.
Okay.
Let me look up. Hold on. Let me look at these stats. Hold on.
For the game or this year?
Russell Wilson, or for this game.
Justin Fields had 4 TDs.
223 yards, 3 TDs. Justin Fields had 335 yards, 4 TDs, and an interception. Both quarterbacks played out of their freaking minds.
I had drafted
Russell didn't
Justin
play
Fields
until the second half. So
I drafted Justin Fields in both my leagues for my QB1, and this was the week where I went, okay, I'm not starting him anymore. To be fair, I have Tua.
You and everybody else, probably.
I have Tua in one league and Anthony Richardson in the other. So I'm fine at quarterback. It's just,
dude, my fantasy team shit the bed this week.
There's a fucking smorgasbord of 2-2 teams in both my leagues right now. Just like the parity here is insane.
It's just because the NFL is so damn random this year.
Yeah.
That you just have no idea who's going to do good. You have no idea.
Speaking of random.
My
last shocking game of the week that I wanted to touch on. Chiefs-Jets.
Oh my gosh.
So in my notes, I had this game was surprisingly close. The Jets defense is being wasted. Zach Wilson had a phenomenal game for himself, and
he knew Donna Kelsey was there.
We're not going to slander Zach Wilson this week. He earned himself a break.
It's not a slander. It's just saying he
no,
played well because,
I don't know if y'all saw
the
after-game interview with Rodney Harrison and Chris Jones. But Chris Jones called Zach Wilson a special talent, and Rodney Harrison is like, really special? He's kind of garbage. Like an analysis. Granted, he's a Super Bowl winning player.
He's kind of garbage.
You can't be trash talking active players like that. Is it
wrong?
No,
exactly.
But he just outplayed Patrick Mahomes. I don't care if it's a 1-game thing. What the fuck are we doing here, boys?
I don't know.
I was this close to finally getting.
Yo, you were very close, man. You were very close.
Screw Patrick Mahomes.
The refs. I think the refs may have screwed the Jets out of a win this week.
Dude,
Taylor Swift conspiracy.
That interception should have been an interception. That was the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
The holding call at the end of that game.
No. That was so dumb.
Are you talking about the famous holding call?
Mahomes threw it up to it was like one guy in triple coverage, and
are you talking about the left tackle?
I think
call?
So. No,
dude,
no.
Okay,
the holding call that was like pass interference, basically.
Oh, okay.
But they called it holding.
It was like yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so Mahomes threw it up to a guy in triple coverage, and they call a holding call. But one, it wasn't even that bad. Like he grabbed him for like a split second. But even worse, all game. That was a game where they were letting them play. It was handsy all around. In my opinion, if you're gonna call flags, at least be consistent.
Yeah.
If you're not gonna call them and let them play the whole game. Don't let it come down to the last drive of the game and let the game be won off of a flag.
Yeah.
Because the Chiefs got bailed out with that flag. And I don't know if y'all saw it, but I saw an alternate angle where the ref threw the flag after he realized it was a pick.
Oh, yeah. It came way late. It didn't come in that moment.
and I'm not like a NFL scripted conspiracy theorist guy, but that's suspicious looking. Like,
and your holding calls don't even come. Your holding calls come out right way before they even catch it, because holding typically happens when they're trying to run the progression of their route. Like holding, like if it's anything, you would have called a defensive pass interference.
Like ball was in the air.
Like holding doesn't, in my opinion, shouldn't apply. That call shouldn't have applied in that moment in the first place. So
I think the Jets, the defense carried. Zach Wilson didn't lose the game. He had that fumble at the end of the game with 7 minutes left, but it's Zach Wilson. We know he's going to make a few mistakes. He's not going to be a perfect player, but I don't think he lost that game for them. I think the Jets defense held up, and I think they picked off Mahomes twice that game. That last one would have been the third one, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
and it's rare that you pick off Mahomes.
Oh yeah,
let alone multiple times.
That almost never happens.
Well, it helps when Kelsey's out there running whatever routes he wants to, so you're not in sync with your freaking receiver.
I don't know. I think that helps him. I think they're.
I think they're in sync by him doing whatever the fuck he wants, because he just knows.
Mahomes now just fucking knows. First interception he threw, Kelsey stopped his route and turned around to get back open, and that's when Mahomes threw it straight to the corner.
Yeah, I think for every
I think it just
few touchdowns you're gonna get a few miscommunications.
Anyway.
But there's plenty of touchdowns that they've scored that is definitely because Kelsey just runs whatever the fuck he wants.
Like last week, I think he had a Y option play when Taylor Swift was watching last week. Taylor Swift. We have to get our quota of Taylor Swift mentions in.
So that way,
because we're a football podcast. Yeah, Taylor Swift, Taylor Allison Swift.
You know middle names?
My ex,
Swiftie.
My ex was a very big Swiftie, and it did kind of rub off. I'm a big Taylor Swift fan right now.
Shake it off.
Exactly. So I had a hot take here.
Big mistake.
Like a pro. Yeah, maybe. I think the Jets should trade for a quarterback. I think they need to make a trade for a young quarterback. And I think I know who it should be. The Jets need to trade the Bears for Justin Fields.
My thing is, and I would probably agree with you, except for the fact that you said the defense is being wasted.
So the
what
defense.
If you want to trade for a win now quarterback? Justin Fields is not a win now quarterback.
I don't think that Justin Fields is a win now quarterback. I agree.
Yes.
But I think the trade should happen because one, however bad Justin Fields is for the Bears right now, he is an upgrade over Zach Wilson. He has more upside than Zach Wilson does.
Yeah.
So he comes in, he plays the rest of this year. They're not going to win this year, most likely, even with Justin Fields. This year is already wasted by the Aaron Rodgers injury. Next year, Aaron Rodgers comes in. He plays for a year, maybe 2 years. And Justin Fields has the benefit of learning under Aaron Rodgers. So then you already have your quarterback of the future built in. You don't need to waste any trades, any picks for drafting QBs. The potential is there. I think
that is true.
It doesn't hurt them.
Mikey, let me ask you a question. Of the quarterbacks draft picks this year, like this coming year, do you think there's a draft? Is it a quarterback draft? Like, can you get 4 or 5 quarterbacks that are pretty decent?
Saying no.
Listen, I don't. There might be a couple. I don't think. I mean, you can't. Chicago's issue is no matter who goes there, you're not going to be successful. You get a pocket passer, they don't have time to throw the ball. If you get a dual threat, they already have one. So, I mean, it's going to be one of those things to where I don't really think there's an answer for that situation.
I don't think there's an answer for the Bears.
I'm just saying the Bears.
The other thing
I'm just trying to look at the alternate side of that of the Bears trading Justin Fields.
We said we wanted a young quarterback for the Jets, right?
Yeah.
So ideally, I guess my question is if you're trading Zach Wilson away for Justin Fields, they're the same age, they're 24 years old.
Yeah,
but
the
that's
upside,
what I'm not confused by the young thing because they're both the same age.
Is because Zach Wilson's young, but the upside behind Justin Fields is you have a dual threat quarterback. Whereas with Zach Wilson, you have kind of a pocket passer, kind of a vanilla guy, who has had more time, I think, to show off that he's just not that guy. He's shown flashes in the pan, like with the Chiefs game. But I think if by the trade deadline he's just not going off, I think I would trade him. Because, to be fair for the Jets' first 6 games were really tough games. And a lot of people were expecting Aaron Rodgers to be, like, kind of have a shitty record for the first 6 games.
But the more I think about it, the more it is very enticing for the Bears to do it because they are already most likely going to have 2 top 5 picks.
Yeah.
Right? They're going to have 2 top 5 picks. With the Jets, a possible 3 top 10 picks in this draft. So you pick up, I don't know the college realm, so I don't know who's coming to the draft. You pick up an offensive lineman. You pick up an offensive weapon. And shoot, man, you can pick up a random quarterback later in the draft just to get you through.
Ideal draft, if for whatever reason they have 3 picks, they have the 1, the 2, and then whatever other pick. They pick up
because the Jets
they pick up Caleb Williams. They pick up Marvin Harrison Jr. And then they pick up an O lineman. And then I saw people like, well, the easiest way to fix the Bears issue is draft Caleb, draft Marvin, and then sign Lincoln Riley with a blank check. Just because Caleb Williams doesn't want to go to the Bears. But if he had Lincoln Riley there, it might be a little bit more enticing.
Shoot, Caleb Williams might not even declare for the draft this year, so who knows?
Well, yeah, did you see he has like a short list of like 5 teams he wants to play for?
The Vikings,
it was
Giants.
Vikings, Raiders, Giants, Cowboys, and Niners. I'm like, you're not going.
You're not playing for the Niners. You're not playing for the Cowboys. The Raiders, the Vikings. Daniel Jones is not him, so
no.
Probably.
So I think you have 2.5 teams you can go to. I don't know if the Vikings they might move off Kirko this season.
Yeah, who knows?
They might not.
They shouldn't. I'm gonna send that PowerPoint to the to the upper set Vikings.
Kevin O'Connell.
Hey, listen, guys. You guys are blowing a good thing here. All right, I'm just saying.
Keep this man.
You're blowing a good thing.
But yeah, that was just like something I thought while watching that Chiefs game. That would be an interesting.
That would be an interesting trade.
Because I think any quarterback you have is going to learn from Aaron Rodgers. And I think if Aaron Rodgers isn't the guy to teach leadership to a young quarterback, because Aaron Rodgers is kind of at least in Green Bay, he wasn't a leader. He wasn't that great of a leader. He's definitely doing a better job in New York now.
Yeah, man, he leads by action. I get it.
Yeah. Darkness retreats and ayahuasca trips.
Exactly.
Dolphin mating noises.
Exactly. You'd be taking people to sleep next to dolphin sex. Okay.
Okay.
Man, I just feel so healed after that. Thank you, Cody.
Let's move on. Let's move on to the next portion. Most interesting matchups of Week 5. Dakota, start us off. Who you got?
I think I have Chiefs Vikings because I think that it's a big possibility that the Vikings actually take the Chiefs down. Hot take because I think Kirko.
I also have that potential.
Yeah, because Kirko is playing out of his mind. Their defense is, hit or miss sometimes, but I think the big thing that makes it possible is the Chiefs aren't playing to their potential. They're not.
Yeah, the Chiefs' offense is not the Chiefs' offense. They're going to figure it out just because it's the Chiefs.
Yeah, and it's week 5.
Yeah, week 5.
But I don't think they're going to figure it out in a week to be able to beat Kirko and how he's playing right now. Because, again, he's playing very freaking well. So I think I have the Vikings-Chiefs game as very interesting to watch. I think it's going to be Vikings.
My notes for this game is 2 really good offenses. The Vikings defense is a bit lacking, so the Chiefs have the advantage. But it's not primetime Kirk. It's afternoon Kirko, so there's a chance.
Quit messing with primetime Kirk because, listen, okay, he done showed in quarterback. He got a bunch of balls at Redskins from primetime games, okay, that he won.
Do you know his record for Commanders primetime games? It was 5-16.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All right, he has some wins.
Mikey, what did you have for your exciting games? What was your first one? Did you have Chiefs Vikings?
Yes, I did.
Okay. What was your second? Or what are your thoughts on that game? What do you expect the outcome to be?
I hope Kirko throws for 4 TDs. Honestly,
I will have to keep up with the Chiefs.
Well, I don't know.
The Vikings defense. Well, the Jets have a better defense. Vikings defense is kind of
when your quarterback's throwing straight to the corner, it makes it easy for your defense to look like the best thing ever.
That's fair. What was your next game then? What else do you have?
I have the Eagles-Rams.
I also had that one.
I
have 3 games total, but Eagles-Rams. What are your thoughts on that game?
I think the Rams have a good shot, honestly, because the Eagles just look so inconsistent. I don't even know what to think of the Eagles right now. It's just weird to me. It's like college. All the top teams that we're expecting or used to just doesn't seem to be clicking in certain aspects of the game.
You have to give the props to the Eagles for being 4-0,
yeah.
But 3 out of their 4 games have looked close.
Yeah.
My thoughts on the Eagles-Rams is it's another game of 2 well-rounded teams playing each other. Cooper Kupp could be back to further increase the Rams' explosive offense. The wide receiver room could be making a case for one of the best in the league. Hashtag Puka is him. I also had a note that Dakota, I know that you've seen Ted Lasso.
I have.
Puka Nacua gives me Danny Rojas vibes.
Oh,
yes!
Football is life!
Football is life! Danny
Football
Rojas!
is life!
Puka
I
Nacua!
love life!
Puka
loves life!
Puka loves life. I had 7 TikToks last night of just Puka content. And man seems like just a good dude.
That's so fun. As soon as you said Ted Lasso and Puka, I was like, Danny Rojas!
Danny Rojas!
Football is life!
For anyone, including Mikey, if you haven't seen Ted Lasso, it's such a beautiful show. It's such a beautiful show.
3 seasons. Is it 3 seasons?
Yeah, I think they just
I want to say it's 3.
It's either 3 or 4. They just released the final season.
They didn't just release it.
Well, earlier this year.
Oh, okay. I was about to say. I was like, wait a second. There's another season because I was like,
I still need to watch the last season. But
no,
I'll be scrolling through TikTok, and there's a scene where they're at the bar, playing darts. I watch that scene every time.
It's a beautiful show.
Barbecue
It has
sauce.
so many life lessons.
Believe.
I
actually thought about getting like a poster, like right here.
Yeah.
That's just believe, like he has in the show. I think that'd be great.
It's such a good show.
I think I cried a few times, or like at least teared up during a few times of that show. I don't usually.
Oh, 100%, dude. I bawled, and I can't remember exactly when because I like binge watched it. I loved the show, so I binge watched it. Oh, I know why I binge watched it because it's on Apple TV.
Yeah,
and I didn't have that. I got I got an iPad for when I was coaching.
Let me know. I'll send you guys my family login for Apple TV.
There we go. Big ups because I want to rewatch it.
I think I have like 5 members, and I only have 2 people on it, me and Christian. So I'll slot you guys in.
Let me get that.
I'll text it to you after.
Oh, it's I binge watched it, and you forget some things, but man, just the character development throughout that show is insane.
It's such a character-driven show.
Yes. You fall in love with the characters.
They could be doing anything, and you just love watching the character. We're getting on a tangent about Ted Lasso,
but I fucking love it.
I love it. Show.
It's a football show, technically.
It's not an American football show.
Well, I mean, there's an American football coach.
Yes.
So technically, the Shockers.
The Shockers. It's a good show.
Great show.
Highly recommend.
10 out of 10. Where were we at? No, Danny Rojas,
Eagles, Rams,
Puka Nuka.
Who was your next matchup that excited you for this week?
I was thinking Cowboys Niners.
Ooh, okay.
We've gone through all 3 of mine.
I want to see if Cowboys can really, like stand up and be the team that they think they are, because the Niners coming in top 2 defense and they ain't number 2. Okay,
number 2.
That's they top 2 defense and they ain't sitting number 2. That's all I'm saying. Brock Purdy seems to get better and better and better each week.
He's undefeated in games he's started and finished.
So that man is playing his ass off.
He's what everyone
Christian
thought
McCaffrey,
Jimmy G was.
Oh yeah, exactly.
He's a better Jimmy G.
I'll be honest with you. Brock Purdy has came out of nowhere and showed that he needs to be a starter. And so he came out of nowhere, and so, but he's looking good. Christian McCaffrey's looking good. I think overall, just that team. I think that's going to be our NFC representative in the Super Bowl.
Niners?
But yeah, I think the Niners, just early in the season, it's week 5, but right now they are the front runners because they look good overall.
My notes for the game is potential NFC Championship game. 2 high-powered offenses and 2 high-powered defenses just clashing together.
Yeah. The best of what we have to offer for football right now. Cowboys a little hit and miss because they're the Cowboys. You have
losing
a Dak
against
Prescott.
Cardinals.
You have a Dak Prescott-led team, so you never know what's going to happen.
True.
Mikey, what do you think? What do you think about the Cowboys-Niners? Did you have that on your list?
Yeah.
Mikey seems tired. He seems really out of it tonight.
Mikey does seem tired. He's like, I'm gonna make up for last week and all
he's
this.
He's like, I am so tired over here in the corner.
Oh man, but that's all I had for this week. This week, yeah. I mean, it's kind of like it's just
besides those 3 games, and like those 3 games are really exciting on paper.
Yeah.
The other one's just kind of lackluster.
Yeah, it's just.
But not every week's going to offer you
just high-powered freaking matchups. Yeah, you're right. There's a few games that are just like, yeah, I think this is going to happen. I mean, to be honest, like we could spend 45 minutes in the surprise column next week because of how games could go.
Let me look at the schedule for this week again.
To
make sure we didn't miss anyone.
Yeah, we think,
NFL schedule.
I mean, Jaguars Bills can be a good one. I mean, if we see the flat.
If the Jags can be who we thought the Jags were going to be, I think so.
Yeah, I mean that could be one.
You have Bears, Commanders. I think the Commanders are going to take that easily.
Yeah, I think Saints over Patriots, in my opinion.
I
just think
before
Saints
this week
is okay.
Before this week, I would have disagreed with you.
Yeah.
But the Patriots just lost Matthew Judon and our potential defensive rookie of the year, Christian Gonzalez, for the year. So we're down 2 of our most important pieces on defense. So I think that game could go either way because the Saints aren't exactly doing what we thought the Saints were going to do.
That's true. I thought Carr was going to go in there and spice it up.
I think Carr is still out for that game, so it's going to be Jameis.
Oh, Carr is still out. Okay.
Yeah, I think he had or did he start? Let me see.
What did he have?
I don't think he started. He might have. Injury update. Let's do that. Yeah, he suited up Sunday for the Saints.
Yeah, last week. He just didn't do very hot.
They were playing
the Buccaneers is a very good defense.
Yeah,
very good defense. I think they have one of the most underrated defenses in the league. Not talked about a lot.
I think they're not talked about as much because they were very talked about when Brady was there, but Brady's gone, so no one's just talking about the Buccaneers anymore.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, yeah, that's true.
Jets Broncos could be a good game.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, it's just there's just a bunch of question marks. Like we said, this league now is just so crazy.
A game that I could see being excited for is Texans Falcons. That could be a good game.
I think that game just because of seeing CJ Stroud, like he's such a good player, man.
Yeah, he's thrown for 300 yards each game and no interceptions.
He's such a good player, man. Like
he's doing good things.
So
I think the Panthers might be questioning themselves for picking Bryce Young.
100%. What it looks like early this year,
but only time will tell.
100%.
Mikey, did you have any other excitement, news, games? No. Any more trivia?
Nah.
No. Mikey's an old man. We're recording. We're at 10:30 right now. Mikey's usually in bed by 9, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. He has to wake up at 5.
That's fair. I respect.
Oh, this is off topic because I just brought it up. So normally I wake up around 5:30, 6 o'clock, right? Jump in the shower. I'm out the door by 6:45 to get to school, right? This morning, I don't know what took over me, but I woke up at 5, got normal, ready like normal, left. I'm driving down the road, and I'm like, dude, it's kind of dark. Did the time change happen already? Bro, it's not even 6 o'clock. I'm driving to school, and I'm like, dang it, bro, this sucks.
I used to do that shit. I would I would go to sleep, and I'd wake up on my own volition at 2 a.m. And I would be so confused, and I'd be like, "Oh my god, I'm late for school. I got to get ready." There were times where I'd be getting in the shower, and my mom would come in and is like, "What are you doing?" "Getting ready for school." She's like, "Cody, it's 2 a.m."
It's 2
I was like, "What? What?"
Bro, I swear, me this morning was just having a good time. Yeah.
So that 2 kind of looks like a 5.
Exactly. I was like, oh snap, I'm about to be late. I'm not gonna be able to stop for breakfast. Oh man.
So what did you do with the rest of it? Did you just go to school and
I just went to school and kind of worked on a few lesson plans and stuff like that. So it wasn't a bad thing. I always have stuff to do. I'm a teacher, so you always have stuff to do. But yeah, it was I would have rather had the 30 minutes of sleep.
For sure. Yeah.
So.
see me, I would have
got to school and took a fucking 30-minute nap in my car. Somehow
it crossed my mind. Missed my first class. Yeah. Oh man.
All right, Mikey, do you want to bring us into the big bets portion of the podcast?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes, I will.
So who made the first pick last week for their big? So it'd be.
I believe I did.
Cody,
It's my turn.
you can take your big bet first pick.
Let me look at the money lines because
I was just about to pull that up too, dude. I was like, I gotta see who has the least chance to win this week.
Let's see. All right, so we're going for upsets with this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, the Commanders are 6.5 favorites over the Bears.
Well, expected. All right, I have 2, just in case to Cody.
I have 3, so just in case y'all pick the 2, I have a third option.
Oh wait, no, Mikey, you're second, right?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm screwed. This week sucks.
See, we were supposed to have we kind of went out of order last week compared to the first week. We jumbled it up a little bit.
Oh man.
Yeah.
It happens.
But it's fine. I don't even know who to pick this week. There's not.
You know dang well who you're gonna pick.
There's one that I'm like, I believe in it, but
pick it. Pick it. I know exactly what you're gonna pick.
Are we going to get
pick
for this? Are we going for the spread or just money line?
Kenny Pickett is not an option. Don't pick the Steelers. They're not going to win.
Pick it.
Are we doing money line or spread? What are we doing here? Like, are we just doing?
We're just doing who wins.
Who wins?
I think we're just doing straight up.
Just do who wins.
I mean, if you want to make it more competitive, I mean, we could do spread, but
no, I suck at doing the spread.
I still have no idea what the spread is. So
now, let's do the spread.
I'll sit down with you after the podcast and try. No spread. All right, fine. I'll take my little heart.
Yep, I know exactly who you're gonna pick.
Kirko and the Vikings.
I knew it.
Over the Chiefs.
Yep.
What's the score gonna be? Let's go. Kirko's used to running his ass off, so I don't think the D line of the Viking or the Chiefs is gonna be that big of a issue. Let's go Vikings over Chiefs 35-28.
35-28. Not bad. Mikey, what you got for us?
I am going Rams beating the Eagles.
That was one that crossed my mind. But I think Christian would shank me if I chose him twice for big bets.
This is ridiculous, bro. All right, let me look at who.
You could pick the Jaguars. Hey, so Rams.
I know who I'm picking. Never mind.
Rams, let's see. Let's say Rams 32.
Okay.
And the Eagles, I'm going to say 24.
32-24. All right. What's up, guys? It's your boy. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am going to, for the second week in a row, back the boys in red, the Cardinals. First is Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals. It's just a slight 3.5 spread, but
to be fair, that
this is possible.
I feel like going into this season, I think the line would have been like
Matt,
5,
yeah,
like 13.
It would have been one of those 12.5 games. Yeah. So to have a spread like that, good on the Cardinals for showing stuff. So, but yeah, I think they're gonna win. I think Cardinals actually pull it out. We'll say 24-14. I think it's a 10-point game. 24-14.
Score game. All right.
There we go. I'm gonna just back the Cardinals all year. Sooner or later,
he's bound to get one, ladies and gentlemen.
Sooner or later, a broken clock's right twice a day, right? So we're good.
All right, Mikey. What 4 or 5 games are we? Just
or 7,
or 7, 8, or 2?
We're gonna do
all of them.
We'll do 4.
Right.
Cowboys 49ers.
49ers.
Gotta take the 49ers. I thought about picking them for the upset, but I was like, no, it's got to be the Niners.
49ers, and I think it's going to be a 3-score game, actually.
A 3? You think it's going to be a blowout?
I think it's going to be a 3-score game. Not a blowout. I'm thinking like more 2 touchdowns and a field goal type 3-score game. So it's not going to be like terrible, but I do think it's going to be a 3-score game.
All right.
Okay.
Titans, Colts.
Oh, that's tough.
No, it's not.
The Titans played well last week.
Yeah, against the fucking broken ass Bengals. Like
That's true. That is true.
Colts.
Yeah, Colts, and it's going to
be Anthony
Richardson with 3 tutties and 3 passing tutties and a rushing tutty.
No, I'm gonna say 2 and 2. I think he rushes in for 2.
Ooh.
No. I'm gonna go really surprising. I think 1 passing, 2 rushing, 1 receiving.
They have not shown anything like this. That's big. That's a big take right there, baby. I love it.
I think Jonathan Taylor's gonna come back this week.
I hope so. He's set to practice Wednesday.
He's on my injured reserve in my league.
That's where Cooper Kupp is on mine.
Yeah. I'm hoping Cooper Kupp comes back and does well, but not well enough to take all of Puka Nakua's production.
I hope that it just destroys Puka.
Whoa! No,
I hope
Let him
he's Danny Rojas in that episode where he doesn't like football anymore.
let Cooper take Tutu and Van Jefferson's productions. Just let it be a 2-receiver game.
Fine.
As
long as he gets 20-plus points a game, I'm okay.
I need 20 from both of them, and it's possible. I think it's possible.
It's possible. All right, Mikey, what you got for us?
Eagles, Rams.
I think Rams. I like the Rams.
I like the Rams also, but
I do like the Rams.
I'm gonna take it. I gotta take it for my boy. I'm gonna call it Eagles.
Eagles fly, Eagles fly. Whatever.
I don't think they're gonna go undefeated. Speaking of undefeated watch, Dolphins went down, so it's just down to 2.
That is true.
I think the Eagles are gonna lose a couple of games this year, but I don't think it's gonna be to the Rams.
Watch the Eagles and the 49ers lose the same week, and it'd be this week.
That'd be hilarious. I'd be
wild.
in support of
it. Chiefs and Vikings.
Vikings.
Do I have to take the same?
I mean, you don't have to.
You don't have to. No, you don't have to.
You don't have to.
Do I hedge my bets and just like get one thing right?
I would.
There you go. You could be 1-1 on the week. I would 100%. I would 100% hedge my bets and go Chiefs on this.
I want to take the Vikings, but since the big bets is for upsets, I'm gonna go with my gut and say the Chiefs are gonna win, just because it's what I expect to happen.
Yeah,
got it.
So. You can't count out Patrick Mahomes. I'll be honest, but can't count out Kirko.
It's not
count
prime
out
time.
Kirko. That's when he strikes.
It's not an 8:00 game. It's during the daytime. Primetime Kirk Cousins can cook. Dalvin Cook. I miss Dalvin Cook on the Vikings. All right, is that all the games, Mikey? Is that all 4?
Yeah, I'm not gonna do the other one. The fifth one I had.
Did you say yours?
Yeah, I don't think you said yours. Who'd you pick, Mikey?
Me and Dakota's got the same. 49ers, Colts. Yeah, 49ers, Colts, Rams, and Vikings.
Big up, Mikey.
I respect it.
Great minds think alike.
Wait. Hang on. Pause. I'm going to have to take the... No, that's right. No. I'm going to have... So, when I'm... Freak. I might do the 1-1 thing, too.
Oh, his
hedging his
Eagles.
Bets.
Yeah, his Eagles, Rams. Got to take the Eagles.
I don't want to take the Eagles. I don't have any.
Do it to be different from Dakota. Spice it up a little bit.
There you go.
But then I'm the exact same as you.
Oh, did you pick Eagles?
Took Chiefs?
Oh, no, I did. Screw the Chiefs. You're right. I'm taking...
Screw the Chiefs. He said screw the Chiefs.
All right, so hang on. I'll change. So I'll take the Rams out of my just picks, and I'll put in the Eagles. And then I'll keep
So we all have Niners, Colts.
Niners, Colts, but then we differ.
Oh,
at least one of us differs on the next two.
Okay.
Yeah. Perfect.
Sweet.
I like it.
Same picks.
There we go. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I wish we can go back in time and pick last week's 4 games.
Oh, yeah.
Hang on.
Miss those.
I picked the Bills over Dolphins, Eagles over Commanders. Let's see. The
to be fair,
over Jets.
I would have taken I would have taken all 3 of those, honestly. I had the Dolphins winning, just it wasn't going to be.
I want to see if let me look at this other podcast notes real quick.
Studying other podcast notes? We're stealing?
No, because I actually had the games for last week down, but I didn't get to get them out.
I got you.
Oh, we can do like a little, hindsight's 2020 picks. What would we have picked?
I feel like I can be unbiased and honestly tell you guys who I would pick for last week, and we can write it down if you want.
See,
that'd be cool.
Hold on. Pause.
Because I'm not gonna lie, if the Titans Bengals was there, I'm picking the Bengals.
I was picking Bengals. Yeah, I'm picking Bengals. I would have never picked Titans in a million years.
And even if you do think, the Bengals are playing ass, the Titans have a chance. I don't think you're thinking 27-3. Like I don't.
That is true.
Hang on, pause.
That is true. Pause. Oh my goodness.
No, I guess I do it. Who played last week? Actually,
I said all of them at the start.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, no, I ended up taking them out because we didn't.
Oh,
because we didn't talk about it, so I just deleted it out of here.
I can give you a quick rundown again without the scores if you want.
Wait, no. I did have them on here.
Hey, what you got? What do you got for us? Try to be as honest as possible. And I don't even remember the results of the games, to be honest. So I think I can.
So I had I put the Dolphins Bills down, which we know that.
I would have picked the Dolphins.
I would have picked the Dolphins as well.
Yeah, I would have picked the Dolphins. Fucking liar
Bucks,
already.
Saints.
I had the Bills winning the division.
I would have picked the Bucks because of their defense.
And then I had Rams, Colts.
I would have picked Colts, obviously.
I would have picked Colts also, I think.
I would.
You would have went against your boy Puka Nacua, whatever.
Notorious Big.
I would have been in support of my boy and his Colts over the Rams.
I appreciate you.
And Lions, Packers.
I picked Lions all day. Lions, you can't bet against the Lions, bro. I'm never betting against the Lions.
Dan Campbell has me wanting to stand up, defy all laws of physics and health reasons, and just run through a goddamn wall.
True.
I had Pats and Cowboys on here, but just because of the Cowboys the week prior,
I would have taken the Pats, just to try to get some points. But
now, if you said, I would say it. If you said that line about supporting your friend's Colts, I would have taken the Pats too. But if you didn't, I was taking the Cowboys.
I'm very much a unless you're a Giants fan or
I'll support that.
A Cowboys fan, really. Like I don't really support my brother. He's a Cowboys fan. Unless you're either of those two, I will support you unless you're playing my team.
it's very hard for me to support you. I'm just gonna be honest.
No, that's understandable.
I fucking hate the Patriots.
I think I have such an easy time supporting other people's teams when they're not playing the Patriots. Your
team was so good.
Yeah, like my team over the past 20-something years has stomped on everyone's teams except for like one or two. Like,
yeah.
So now I'm just like, I want you all to have some success.
You know what? You experienced the Super
Bowl.
Yeah,
like right now, if the Patriots can't win it, I want the Vikings to win the Super Bowl.
I'm big on the Vikings.
I want the Bengals to win one.
The Bengals.
the Bills, I kind of want them to win one, but they're
Bring
also
home for the division.
Yeah, also division rivals. So like, I'm not like I hate my division, but I'm also not like gonna root for my division actively. Chargers, I wouldn't mind getting one.
Chargers is a good shout. I have Justin Herbert.
Seahawks, if they keep Geno Smith, I wouldn't mind seeing them win one.
I have a buddy that works for the Seahawks at the stadium.
Really? Yeah, nice. So, I wouldn't be opposed to the Ravens because my boy Dorian is a Ravens fan. I like Lamar. He's a good player.
True.
Yeah.
He just starts naming all 31 other teams. Wouldn't mind this guy. Wouldn't mind seeing the Bears win a Super Bowl.
If somehow the Cardinals can get into the Super Bowl with Josh Dobbs, I would be for it.
All
right. So, let's try to avoid rambling at the end of this episode. But
pause.
Never.
Hang on. Pause. So, one of my rookie of the year had a really good game Monday night. And Devon Witherspoon.
My defensive rookie of the year had the opposite, and he got put out for the whole year. So. All right,
Rip, dude.
That was rough.
I was sad, because Christian Gonzalez was third in the rankings for defensive player of the year or rookie of the year.
My boy had a 97-yard interception for
pick six. Oh, that's who had the pick six?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That guy's good.
I love really long pick six plays. It's so fun to watch.
It was funny to watch Daniel Jones try to make a play on that.
Have y'all seen some of the facial expressions Daniel Jones is making the past few weeks? He's just
to look at Daniel Jones.
That game against the Niners, he looked across at the defensive line and he was like, "What?"
He's looking at. That's fair.
I knew I should have put this communications degree to something else.
All right. So I want to start something for the end of the podcast each week where I ask you guys a question. I'm going to usually try to keep it to football. Sometimes I might splash out, do a life question.
Some Ted Lasso.
Yeah, do a Ted Lasso, have a life question.
We love football.
There. But
Football's
right now,
life.
I have 3 questions I have written down. I thought it was 2, but I have 3.
You better combine all 3 of them. Then.
Dakota, pick 1 through 3. Pick a number.
I would like to pick 7.
Christian, pick a number between 1 and 3.
Which is actually 2.
All right.
Okay.
So my question I posed
times 3.
You're losing me with math.
3,
I will just close
1.
out. I'm gonna close out if you just keep
1.
saying numbers.
2 times 3 plus 1 is 7. So I want all of them.
Okay. The question for the week. You are now a NFL starter. You're a skills position. What is your go-to NFL touchdown celly? Or not even your go-to, but what are some celebrations that you're doing in the end zone?
I am definitely one of them. I'm definitely doing the Titanic with one of my offensive linemen. Okay. I'm doing the Titanic just up, Okay, he's gonna lift me up, or the ballerina type thing. He lifts me up. Yeah. If I, obviously. Let's see. I'm definitely doing a Travis Kelce, and I'm punting that shit into the. I don't care. I'll take the fine. Okay, I'll put that into my expenses.
Hey, Pat McAfee is willing to pay those fines.
Hey, there we go. I'll hit up Pat McAfee. I'm definitely.
Pat McAfee said he would pay Travis Kelce's fines if he did it every week.
I'm getting it to the top. I'm getting it to the nosebleeds. Okay,
I don't
that's
doubt
how far I'm punting it. Okay, and then I'll probably do some like viral worthy, very bad gritty.
Like Mike Gesicki.
Yes, exactly like his.
I love Mike Gesicki's gritty.
Those are my 3 go-to celebrations for if I scored a touchdown.
Mikey, what about you? What would you do?
I would have my team. It's going to be a team effort.
Ooh.
First one,
fan.
The first one would be I would have them lift me up to where I could reach the goalpost.
Okay.
And I would
like 4 people.
And I would stand on the goalpost.
Stand on the goalpost.
Yep. Stand on the goalpost, and depending on if I'm home,
that's a flag.
Depending on if I'm home or away, I don't care. Depending on if I'm home or away, if I'm away, and I'll go out with a bang and flip off, just flip the crowd off.
Flip?
If
flip or flip off.
Flip, like.
Okay.
Yeah, with my pinkies and my ring fingers.
I feel like that's a Super Bowl celebration that you do. Like
that's 100%. That's like the.
That's like fucking the
Patriots Falcons. That's the celebration you do when James White ran in the game-winning touchdown. That's what you do in that situation.
That's a big one, Mikey. That is huge.
And then the other one would I would fake a knee injury so the cart could come out. And then once the cart gets out there and the players get there and start patting me on the back, I just kind of like push them out of the way and jump up and just start running around the field and just like celebrating. And then I'll do like the little knee slide, like soccer celebration thing.
I thought you were about to say like pull a Marshawn Lynch and get on the cart and start driving it.
I would do that too.
No, bro just said he's gonna do the scene from Ted Lasso where fuck, what's his name?
Dude, I have zero help for you because I forgot all names.
The gruff motherfucker, Roy Kent. He goes down, Kent. Or Sam goes down, and Roy's like, "Stay down."
He's every fucking where. Roy Kent. Roy Kent. Dude, I love that, bro.
And then
he tells Sam to stay down, and then helps him up.
Yeah, there you go.
And then my third one would probably, I'm stuck between taking a pile-on camera selfie with my teammates, or the other one would be have a player spike the ball and the rest of my players take out yellow flags and throw it at him.
That's big. Dude,
bro,
you can tell who was a skill position and who definitely was a lineman because I'm just doing like weird shit.
I wrote this question down last night. So I've had like 24-ish hours to think of this question.
Yeah.
And I still could not top whatever Mikey just fucking spewed out of his mouth.
I'm a receiver. I'm a receiver, man. I can't help it. I get
big. Mikey's jumping up.
Fucking standing on the goalpost.
Like a dang machine gun. Just flipping people off.
So the one that like I've always really enjoyed was like Arian Foster's like touchdown celebration, where like he would come up and he'd just be like he'd bow. That was always like really cold for whatever reason.
Yeah.
That's big. I really like that pylon selfie.
I know the pylon selfie was dope. That's a good one. That's a 10 out of 10 right there.
I would definitely take the flag and have like props hidden around before the game. Like was it Chad? Was it Chad Ochocinco who like had the cell phone hidden in the goalpost?
I think it was, yeah. I think it was Chad.
Like
yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It'd be really cool. I would hide like a fucking broadsword somehow in the goalpost and just like take it out and like just like fucking swinging that shit around.
Have someone knight you.
Yeah, that would be dope. Fucking the white man gritty is of course.
Obviously, you gotta do it. You gotta do it.
What are we hitting the Gwitty in the end zone right now?
Quite literally. Quite literally hitting the Gwitty right now.
And then team celebrations are big.
My buddy put his input in and said he's a linebacker, so his answer was literally just piss on the field.
Literally whip it out and just.
Specifically,
I don't know, man. Like
that's not only a flag.
Specifically, he said he would.
Decency.
He would like lift his leg on the goalpost and actually piss. He wouldn't even act like it. Like what's his name did on the.
Oh, I know you're talking about, but
you're getting put on like a sexual offenders list.
Yeah, exactly. Because there's kids there. Okay, you're not going to be allowed within 500 feet of the stadium. All right, you're done. Your NFL career is done.
And plus, it's kind of hard to speedily take off like NFL pants and like the undershorts.
Yeah.
Like that's
you're like trying.
That's a 5-minute operation.
Come on, I gotta do the celebration. Come on,
little guy, get out of here.
Yeah. Also, are you a grower or a shower? Okay, that's a big thing right there. Okay, if you're a grower,
I almost gave that information so willingly.
That's next week's episode. That's next week's show.
The Cody's question closed out.
Cody was like, "Yeah, I'm back in a 2mm Peter, but once it grows, it's grows." No, but that's also something to take into account because then your penis is everywhere. It's on X.
Yeah,
it's on Facebook.
I feel like you can only do that if like you're closing out your career, and you
have a retirement game.
And like you have a massive schlong pre-hardened state.
Yeah, you have to be a shower there.
You gotta have like an elephant tusk flaccid. Not tusk, elephant trunk flaccid. Sorry.
Tusk, just sharp, just. Oh, what a question! You know what? I like that. Let's do another one. Let's do another. We're definitely we gotta. Yeah, let's do another one right now. I like.
Right now? Okay.
Yeah. You had 3 of them. Why not do 2 this week?
Okay. The other one is the other 2 I have. I'll just go with the first one. It's not as fun, but it's opening topics of conversation.
Mike,
who do you guys think has the top receiver room in the league right now? Or you can just give me a few people or a few teams. Just throw a few at me. I think there are a few obvious ones.
Yeah.
Well, with the way, and I hate to do this because I always talk about Kirko, but with the way that he's playing, his receiver room is just obviously good because
you have Jay Jettas and 2 Walmart employees, and that's going to be a top 5.
So and then obviously the unexpected Rams is a good mention there. What's the name from the Bills? Stephon Diggs had a great showing. So I mean, those are probably my top. And you gotta mention the 49ers.
I was about to say 49ers.
49ers, I think, goes
Debo Ayuk
pretty hard.
Yeah.
So I think those are definitely some top ones. I don't know a specific order. I couldn't. Off the top of my head, I kind of don't want to order them.
You're missing a few obvious ones right here, and I'm kind of upset about it.
What do you got?
I've got the Eagles for sure.
Yeah,
Devontae Smith, AJ Brown. Finally, AJ Brown starts showing up.
Quez Watkins, is that his name? Quez Watkins, Christian. Quez Watkins, receiver 3. Apparently, a really good guy, really good player. I've never heard of him, but Christian told me that he's a really good receiver 3.
Receiver 3.
Well, listen, I'm picking off who's doing shit now. Okay, not last year.
I respect it. So
AJ Brown had 100 and something receiving yards last week.
Yeah. I think the Jaguars have to be up there. They have Ridley, Christian Kirk, Zay Jones, Jamal Agnew. Those are like really good players.
The Dolphins? No.
Dolphins, yeah, Jalen
Dolphins,
Waddle.
yeah, that's true. Dolphins.
Hill, Barrios. The Bengals, they haven't done much this year, but
they still got an elite core though.
Yeah,
that's true.
I mean, you can't look over that.
Jamar Chase,
just because
T. Higgins,
freaking Burrow can't throw to him right now and do anything.
Chargers have a pretty good room. Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Palmer.
We're just naming all the NFL teams right now.
How do we feel about the Bills? Gabe Davis and Diggs.
Yeah, I mentioned them.
I think they're not
team.
Like top 5 or anything. I think they have good receivers.
Yeah.
Buccaneers have really good. Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, always really good.
What about Seattle?
Cowboys.
DK and Tyler.
Seattle. Lockett, DK, Najigba.
We are literally just naming the whole.
No, we're not. There are very obvious omissions here.
What about Cowboys?
What about
Cowboys? Gallup.
What about Chicago? I mean,
no.
Chase Claypool.
No. Chase Claypool is probably getting traded.
Hey, DJ Moore,
or dropped. One of the two.
Yeah. I think that's
a
pretty solid. That's like top 15 right there.
I think all of the people that we listed could have, depending on the week, just have an argument for best.
Best wide receiver core. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. It just depends on the week who they're playing.
Yeah. Hey, what about the Ravens?
No, I wouldn't.
I don't know. Flowers is showing some.
I'm a fan of Zay Flowers, but after that, we have
Mark Andrews. Or no?
You have Mark Andrews. Well, I was thinking more of just receivers for this because I would have listed the Chiefs because you just have to with Travis Kelce. If you're counting tight ends for your receiving room, that was just going.
I mean, I think you have to.
At this point in the game,
receivers.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah. At this point in the game, they're receivers.
That's fair.
They're not really tight ends anymore because they're just like slightly bigger receivers. That's all they are, because half of them can't fucking block anyways.
Well, so
it's like
you have the issue with tight ends now is you have your receiving tight ends, Travis Kelce, Mark Andrews. I was gonna say George Kittle, but George Kittle is very good at blocking.
Yeah, he's good at blocking. He's probably the best overall tight end in the league right now.
I would say Travis Kelce is the best tight end, but I think overall George Kittle is probably the best. George Kittle is very like Gronk-esque.
Yeah.
Gronk is way ahead above George Kittle, but Gronkowski was probably like the best blocking tight end, and he was just dominant.
I think he was the best overall tight end we've seen ever. So
I've had this argument with a few people, but I've like Travis Kelce. You can give all the flowers to, but Travis Kelce is just not a blocking tight end. They bring in different tight ends to block.
I mean, he was a quarterback beforehand, so I would not expect him to block at all. So.
Christian was arguing with me, not like he was bringing up like stats for Travis Kelce, and then I sent him a highlight video of Gronkowski when he played, and there was a play where Gronk had a literal grown adult man on one of his feet, dragging him, like trying to stop him, and Gronk was just taking step after step, dragging the guy with him. And Christian was like, "Yeah, that play was enough to tell me that Gronk was the best."
Yeah,
I was like,
I think
he is.
You can't. I don't think you can put Kelce and Gronk in the same category of tight end.
I would say they're different types of tight ends, but you can't split up tight ends that much because, like, then you're just gonna you're basically splitting it up into two positions at that point.
Which, I mean, technically it is.
Could be, yeah.
I mean, technically they are covering two positions anyways.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're an offensive lineman and they're wide receiver. So I mean, you could technically break it down, but I still think Gronk takes the best overall because his catching skills, especially in the red zone, was insane. So
he has less stats and everything. Like I think he has less yards, receptions, and all that stuff than Kelce.
Yeah.
And Kelsey's played, I think just like 5, like it's a very small amount of games more than Gronk, or it's vice versa. The amount of games they played is not that different.
Yeah.
But I think Rob Gronkowski has like 30 plus more touchdowns.
Yeah, because his red zone presence was insane.
It's so hard to guard him. Like
as soon as you got down in the red zone, you knew that Brady was targeting Gronk, and you still couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah, like you could put 2 or 3 guys on him, and he's so fucking big that he's still going to go up there and snag it and bring it down.
Yeah. You're not forcing him. I'd like to see the stat on his fumbles, because I bet you it was like very little fumbles, because I don't see a guy knocking a ball out of Gronk's hand. I just don't see it happen.
The only downside to Gronkowski is that he was hurt a lot. But I don't think that was a him thing. I think it's just a lot of people tackled him really low.
That's true, yeah.
And like that's it's not wrong, because that's kind of how you have to tackle him.
Yeah.
But he got tackled low a lot, and that's what led to a lot of his injuries. Because he's just a fucking beast of a man.
True. Very true.
So this man had a total of 5 fumbles in his career.
I knew it. I knew it had to be low, because, man, no freaking way.
And he never had more than 1 a year. He had 1 in 2010, 1 in 12, 1 in 17, 1 in 18, and 1 in 2020. Like,
that's insane.
Like, you're not getting that ball out of that man. He is just too strong.
I bet you 3 of those fumbles weren't his fault. I just have.
I wonder how many did he actually like lose? Because it just says fumble. Like, did you get the fumble even if you didn't?
Oh, you're talking about like if a fumble and he recovered it.
Ooh, yeah, like if someone recovered like on his team.
Yeah, that's a great question. That is true.
I'll have to look into.
That's a deep dive. That's a deep dive stat. But anyway, so. Cody, dude, I freaking love that ending question thing. I think that's a great idea, and I love it. So, anybody got anything else before we sign off of this bad boy? No, we're good. Mikey, you're good. All right, so thank you guys.
Wait. Well, do you guys want to do that emotional thing we did last week? Yay? No? Make each other cry again?
All right, thank you guys so much for joining. No, I don't feel like crying at 11 at night. Man. So,
take us out.
Thank you guys so much for joining us for episode 4, week 5 of the NFL. And,
Mikey said it was going to be a short one. It's not.
They said it was going to be a short one. It was like, it's 2 hours. So, but we love it. We get off on tangents, talking about Danny Rojas.
Danny Rojas!
We love football, all that good stuff. Football is life. And all that. So, but thank you again for joining us. It's been Wheels, the freaking GOAT of college football, and me, who hopefully the Cardinals will not suck this week, but who knows. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. We love football. And peace.
We love football.
See.